Hey family, the long-awaited drill sergeant experience part 2 is here. I can't wait to answer all you guys' questions. I got some really broad questions and some really interesting questions I can't wait to answer. Here we go.
Don't you know, don't you know, beautiful, don't you know, don't you know, beautiful, don't you know.
So the first question was, how was the drill sergeant experience compared to what I thought it was and how it actually was? So people had always told me, Murphy, you're gonna be tired, you're not gonna get a lot of sleep. Well, you can't really fully take that advice in until you actually experience it. There were times where I got maybe 4.5, 5 hours of sleep, and I didn't know how I got to work because I was kind of on autopilot, I guess, if that makes sense. I was just doing things and just going through the motions. So this next question I expected to come up. The question was, what was I doing to make the privates think that I was unmotivating, belittling, or hazing them? So, being a female, naturally we have these instincts of women nurturing us. I was not the nurturer, okay? I wasn't rocking anybody to sleep, you know what I'm saying? I was very bold. I did use profanity. I was loud, and I was like an in-your-face type of drill sergeant. And people weren't expecting that. And I was very blunt. I was real. I told them no. I told them they were slow. I told them they needed to work out more. I told them that type of stuff. And I don't think that I was doing anything different than any male drill sergeant was doing. I really don't. So that answers that. Okay, next. What did I do specifically for my platoon's success? So a few things, right? First thing, I had a bond with the other 2 drill sergeants in my platoon, okay? And the privates, they seen that, you know, joining the Army and wanting to be a part of something bigger, you have to be the example. You have to be what you want them to be, okay? 2, if they had any type of issues, any type of family issues, I tried my best to make sure that it was taken care of, okay? And also, lastly, I held them to a standard. This is how you do this. You will not quit. You will be the standard, or you can go home, right? But obviously, yeah, I told them that stuff, but we had a relationship in my platoon that they didn't want to let any of us down. They didn't want to let any of us down, any of us drill sergeants down, so they always did their best for the most part, right? You had little stragglers every now and then, but they always did their best to impress us. And I mean that in the most professional way. Okay, so everyone asks, what was your best phase, right? What was your favorite phase? And I have to say that my favorite phase was probably red phase. Okay, not for me physically or mentally or whatever. Yes, because my mind was tired. Yes, my body was tired and I wasn't eating good or sleeping good. But in red phase, I was able to see some of the toughest, hardest OGs cry, right? And in that crying, that showed me, on the outside, that showed me that I'm doing my job. I'm breaking someone down to a level that I need them to be at, to be where I need them to be, right? And in turn, red phase and gold phase, the difference between the 2 people, it's like they're not even the same person sometimes. Sometimes they are 2 different people. And I love that. I loved that. That was awesome to see. Okay, so next question. What did I learn specifically from other drill sergeants? And I can humbly say that I learned so much from every single drill sergeant, but one specifically, he taught me something indirectly. And that is, you can evaluate how you did on a cycle as a drill sergeant based off of how many privates and trainees are around you on graduation day. By that I mean, if they are trying to introduce you to their family, their girlfriend, husband, whoever, take pictures with you, it's safe to say that you probably did a decent job on that cycle. Now, that cycle that I told you all that I didn't do so well when I had the reports and everything, I didn't have a whole bunch of them around me at that time. And if I knew what I knew about my 5th cycle, I would have expected the reports. But I didn't. So you live and you learn, right? Okay, so last but not least, the funniest moment. There are so many, but when this question was asked, one thing came to mind. At the end of every cycle, we do skits, and man, I've seen some crazy stuff. And you never know what you actually do until the people who are around you every day and you are around every single day, they mimic you. Some things I didn't really realize I did so much. Apparently I said anywho a lot, or hello, a drawn out hello really often, right? And the private seen that and they mimicked it, right? In the skits, they had free reign. They can mimic whoever they wanted to. They could do a skit for the commander, the first sergeant, every other drill sergeant. It didn't matter. But one specifically was when our senior drill sergeant at the time was mimicked, and she ate hot Cheetos all the time, and she talked really fast, and she's really antsy, and she's one of my best friends to this day. But a private mimicked that, and it was hilarious. Another time, personally for me, I had put a Snickers wrapper under a private's bunk in my platoon. And yes, I planted it there, and I asked him about it later. I really couldn't even be mad at him. He said, "Drill Sergeant, that is not mine. That is not my Snickers wrapper." Okay, y'all, so that's gonna wrap up part 2. If I need to make a part 3, let's make a part 3. That's fine, let's do it. Just make sure that you comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you next time.